Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It is June 16th, 2025. And if you tuned into my Friday video, I received 3 pieces of mail that all had stamps in them, and I said I would save them for a later date. Well, today is that later date. So from Monte in Saskatchewan, from Bennett in New Zealand, and from Likah in the United States, all of them had stamps in their envelopes that are used for different purposes on my channel. So I'm going to get into that in a minute. If you're interested, make sure you like, you subscribe, you leave positive comments, you share with other people, and you put the notification bell on. Now, over the weekend, I did a lot of different things, and so we've got some videos out about them. On Saturday, I went to the Highland Games, the Scottish Festival. I put a video about that. Yesterday was Father's Day here in Canada, and so I went out with my wife Shanda and my son Ari, and they let me lead the way in what I wanted to do for Father's Day. So we got to go to a car show and a museum, and went for a hike and had some delicious food along the way. Even went to see my father as well. So it was kind of nice to get together, so I put a video about that out as well. Now, the third thing that a video hasn't come out about is I went to the the monthly stamp show, but it really wasn't a stamp show. So on the last stamp show in June, before they take a break, they do a massive auction instead. So there aren't dealers there that you can go and buy stamps from, but there are tables and tables of items that you can place bids on, and then you can stick around and they do a live auction on these items. Well, lucky for me, I did get a few things. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on, and I want to ask you a question about how you want me to show you the items, because there's quite a few things. So we'll get into that. If you're still in the video by that point, make sure you like and comment, letting me know how you'd like me to proceed with those items. All right, let's get right into it. So Likah in the United States sent me this envelope with that forever stamp and some unicorn tears and unicorns on the back for the unicorn gang. Inside, she also sent a couple items. A postcard. It's kind of a vintage postcard from here in New Brunswick. It's used, so the back is covered with information already. But she also sent me this art park postcard from Quebec. This is Chateau Frontenac from Quebec City. And so she sent that. And then she sent me a glassine envelope that had stamps in it. So laid out before me are those stamps. So I'm gonna take the camera and show you what she sent. So all mint Canadian stamps. So I can use these for my collection. I can send them to other people. I can use them for postage on postcards and envelopes as well. So there's a variety of different topics here. And it's kind of nice, especially when I send cards to the United States. Sometimes I put one domestic rate forever stamp, if you will, on it. And then I fill out the rest of the amount of postage needed with new old stamps. And so these would be perfect for that. These forts are they're a reminder of my childhood. I remember collecting these. I remember getting the first day cover of all the forts across the country that were put onto postage stamps. Here we have the Olympic Montreal Games, a couple stamps from that. Queen's University, that is where my sister Carolyn went to university. So there's a stamp about that. There's some Christmas stamps. Some of the war stamps. This one's a really nice one too, the trails. And then this booklet, the Lunch Saver, 10 37-cent stamps. You know, kind of nice that the price of the stamps at that point was 37 cents for domestic rate, when now it's $1.44. But those are the signs of the times, so it's kind of nice to get that little booklet too. So interesting allotment of stamps that she found at her stamp show and sent them to me. The next envelope I want to show you comes from Bennett in New Zealand, and it comes in this envelope. And he sent a nice card in there from the passing of my mother. So a sympathy card in there. And he also included an envelope within this envelope and in the card that had some stamps in it. And so they're all stamps from New Zealand. I've got them laid out before me too. A couple really older ones, and then a couple that I'm kind of familiar with too. So let's start with this one here. This older one of Queen Elizabeth II. This one here, nice one of the royal family. The flower, Queen Elizabeth II, and then Queen Elizabeth II. I remember these ones for sure when they came out. And then this New Zealand stamp. Now, not necessarily when they originally came out, but when they were in my father's collection. I remember them from that. It's a nice railway one here too. The centenary of the railway in New Zealand. And a Christmas. And this one here of the famous royal wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana in 1981. So, nice little allotment of stamps. So thank you so much, Bennett. Oh, and thank you, Likah. I think I forgot to say that for the stamps you sent. Now, the last thing that I want to show you comes from Monte in Saskatchewan, and he sent it all decorated with these Disney stickers. There was a D there that has fallen off, and I guess there was another sticker here that has fallen off. There are the stamps. But the idea that it says Disney, that it shows Disney on there, gave me a clue to what might be inside. If you're not familiar with Stamp of the Month as of yet, make sure you go watch my Stamp of the Month video. And if you want to win the giveaway, you got to put the word that I asked you to put in the comments of that video and that video alone. And so Monte was familiar with Disney and how it impacts this month's Stamp of the Month. And so he sent some things that he said that I could either keep or put in the giveaway. So I am going to do a little bit of both this time around. Not all of the stuff you see before me is going in the giveaway, but I will point out the 2 items that I'm going to hang on to, even though part of me wanted to hang on to all of it, but I know that's not the intended purpose, and the intended purpose of Stamp of the Month is to generate more people to come watch the channel, to get interested in stamp collecting, and so rather than me hoarding stamps, we're going to give them away. And so that is the intended purpose. So let me show you the Disney related items that are before me, and I'll show you which ones aren't going to go in the Stamp of the Month giveaway. First, a couple classic postcards. Both of these really cool. You can see that they are not filled out. So the person that wins can use them for pen paling or post crossing or saving them that way. This other one, also a vintage postcard, also blank on the back, is from an attraction that I don't believe is there anymore. I think it is one of the ones that they are getting rid of. Oh, no, it is one that is filled out on this side. So I don't know, is it filled out? But that's the one he sent to me. So we are gonna save that one because that has the information about these Disney things. But a great classic ride. I do remember going on this when I was in Disney World. So we'll put that aside. Let's get to the stamps. So these ones here, they're souvenir sheetlets. And on the back, there's a certificate of authenticity in there too, with their numbered. So these are gonna be going in the giveaway. Grenadines of St. Vincent. There's another one here, Life on the Mississippi. And all of them have the certificate of authenticity on the back. This one here from Granada, if I can get away from the glare. King Mickey there. Fantasia Mickey. And Little Red Riding Hood Mickey. So very wonderful things to add to the giveaway. Now, let me show you the 2 things that I'm gonna greedily hang on to myself. First is this one here. It shows Mickey through the years, a full sheet, something that's not in my father's collection, nor were the other sheetlets for that matter, but I really like the fact that it shows the progression of Mickey through the years. So I am gonna hang on to that greedily. And the last one is this one here. It is an oversized. As you can see, there is no cutout on there. There is a certificate of authenticity, but if you read on the back, it says commemorative issue of Granada of Happy Birthday Mickey. Now this is Happy Birthday Mickey, but if you look up here in the corner, it's not Granada, it's Gambia. So I don't know if that certificate of authenticity counts for this or not, but what I did like was that it was oversized. So some of you know that I collect oversized stamps. So if this is an official stamp, it is certainly an oversized official stamp. And even though it's commemorative, I'll hang on to that one and that one. But these ones are all gonna go in the end of the month giveaway for Disney. Thank you so much to the 3 of you guys who sent stuff in. They're gonna make a big impact on giveaways, future giveaways, a few things to add to the collection. Thank you for stuff that might end up on post crossing or direct swap. yeah, lots of different uses for those stamps that are all going to be really effective in all the hobbies and the things that I do. So thank you so much for all of that. Now, let's get to the stamp auction items. This big stack behind me, from here to here, are all items that I bought at the stamp auction. Now, I could show you them briefly and go through and show, that could be one option of things to do. I can go through detailed and show you stamp by stamp what are in each of these little packets. Talk about how much I paid for all this stuff. Can do all of that as well. So, in the comments of this, let me know how you want me to show and present this. Now, if I'm presenting and looking at all the stamps, it's probably going to be several videos. That would be one option, because I don't want to put a 3-hour video going through all of these, but I probably will take a couple at a time and do that. This might be a video. This might be a video. This might be a video. This might be, there could be 4 or 5 videos out of that. That would start tomorrow. That's my plan. I want to start doing this exploration of these stamps quickly. So let me know what you think in the comments of this video, and then I'll know how to proceed starting tomorrow. That's it for today, you guys. Have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Bye. Now this box is the one that I'm probably the most excited about showing you, and the most excited about going through myself. Last year we had an auction, and I got a couple things, but there were some of these red boxes that were for sale, and I wasn't as aggressive in bidding on them as maybe I should have, and they passed me by. This year, I wanted to make sure I came home with one.